What's up, guys? Old Norbert here. Watching this guy contemplate on eating his food or not. I think he should do it, if he's asking me. But I've changed the old Rend build a bit. The Rend build was great. It was fun. Watching enemies bleed out, I thought, got a little boring. I'd like a quicker way to kill them. And I found that with swapping out a couple things and putting in Rupture and Steel Grasp. So where the build is updated after 11 levels, I thought I'd go over it with you. So up here, we use the weapon master's aspect, which gives us additional charge. Very important there. Our chest piece, now we use the basic skill, grants the 20% damage reduction. I'm not sure if I like this or Iron Blood better, with obviously a max roll of Iron Blood. I think right now it's just kind of personal preference, but I think both are equally as good myself. New gloves, Encroaching Wrath. This one is amazing because we are always using our weapon mastery skills. Right here we have the Crowded Sage. This is always good for, especially for Steel Grasp. You bring them all in and they just heal you. For the boots, this is one of the 3 ways that we have berserking done in the build. So this aspect gives us a 38% chance to berserk. The mace is empty, so I am waiting for Ancestral Fields of Crimson. And then if I get that, I'm going to put it obviously in the 2-hander slot. And then my mace will get Intercom. If for some reason I don't find one soon, I'm going to put this on the mace. So the basic skills increase the core skills. On my 2 swords, they're going to stay the same. Basic skills have more attack speed. Critical strikes give you more attack speed. I find this build works better with a high attack speed. It's just furies up more. Things die quicker. It's a lot of fun. This ring is going to be replaced. I'm looking for a decent version of this to imprint this on. But I'm going to do the Chieftain's Loop, and that'll, I think, drastically reduce our cooldowns of our 2 shouts. And the other ring I have right now is the Slaking ring. This ring is working very well. Another lucky hit mechanic. If you didn't want to use that, you could also use this one here for berserking. That is something I have thought about. I tried the slaking one. Right now it's working well. If for some reason I feel it falls off, I might swap out for berserking, but right now it's awesome. And for the amulet, we do the increase for armor. This is, to me, this is important to put on the armor slot because I think it's important to have the most armor you can. And right now it's working very well. Alright, expertise. We still use the 2-handed axe. Originally, I liked to use an axe as a weapon for that increased critical strike damage against vulnerable enemies, because we still make everything vulnerable all the time. But those swords with that critical strike damage, swords is the only way to go. Like 100% the only way to go. Using anything else other than a sword in these spots, I think, for this build, doesn't make any sense. An axe, what does that do? Damage to health, like, that's garbage. Okay, let's go over the skill tree. A couple changes. So Flay is the same. Nothing has changed there. Pressure point has the same. No changes. Endless Fury, no changes. Find Endless Fury with the Fury increase from 9 to 10 works very well. Rend, no changes there. Only 1 point in Rallying Cry, because I find with this and that going to 10, I gain Fury really quickly. That's great. This one, I think I put an extra point into that, but really no changes there. Still taking those ones. This is completely gone. We don't use Warcry anymore. Don't need it. The shouts, these 2 are the same. This one we completely got rid of. I feel it's not necessary. Right here, still no change with these. Still no change here. We don't need to take this because we already have like 10,000 ways to make things vulnerable all the time, so in my opinion, that's just a waste. Rupture. So this is obviously a new skill, and we decided to go with the heal Rupture versus the attack speed. We already have attack speed with 2 of our items, so I feel like this is not really needed at the moment. If for some reason I'm not losing a lot of life, I might switch this over eventually, but right now I'm going to keep it as is. No change here, no change here. Steel Grasp. I love this skill. First off, it reminds me of Scorpion from Mortal Kombat, and I feel like saying, "Get over here," every time I use it, but, you know. Okay, this also makes enemies vulnerable, so we have a bunch of ways to make things vulnerable. Like, so this, again, that's why I wouldn't take that for the build, because it's just not needed. But if you weren't using Steel Grasp, then you might want to consider that. But we use Steel Grasp because it's our main way that we use Berserking. So this is a constant Berserk thing that we can basically tap every time, where the other 2 are a lucky hit, and the other one is from the Paragon tree, which I'll show you in a moment. So this is crucial. You have to take that. Okay, we don't take an ultimate. I feel at the moment we don't need it. Things are going well. This I don't really care about, but I thought I'd do this for the healing. Right now, healing is going great, and yeah, this is it doesn't matter. Gushing Wounds, absolutely amazing when it pops off. You'll see it in the gameplay. It's so awesome, so satisfying. Works great. Definitely take Gushing Wounds for a bleed build. Paragon tree. So there has been some changes here. So we have Might in here instead of Exploit that we did last time. And we do it for the 8% increase to our 2-handed weapon. That's in my opinion, that's huge. And also, once this is level 15, we'll get a buff to these nodes here, which will just help overall in general a little bit. This one has changed, so we put Disembowel in here, and once this is level 15 for the increased area, these 2 will come into effect, which will proc the bonus, which will help us for our cooldowns of Rupture, of Steel Grasp, and our 2 shouts. Mixed with the Bold Chieftain's ring, I think our shouts should be active all the time if needed, and our Rupture and our Steel Grasp should be up a decent amount of the time because of that as well. This is the 3rd way that we get Berserking, Blood Rage. So for my build, for what I have here, this is important to get, because the Steel Grasp is like your bread and butter. This is... oh, shit. Got cut off there for a second, so that was weird. Okay, Blood Rage. So this is our other way of Berserking. Steel Grasp is our bread and butter. This is our second most common way of Berserking, and it goes for longer, which is great. That's why I feel these nodes are also important here. Where, as we see, this one is only for 2 seconds. That's for 5, so any increase in duration I think is important. And in our 3rd board, which is the Warbringer board, I have not decided to take that yet. Right now, I don't need Fortify. Things are going well. That may change down the road. We'll see. But is Exploit. So I put Exploit here versus the 1st board because I have, as you see, 49 Dexterity, which gives us 30% vulnerable, versus here, it only gave us 23. So 7%. I don't know how big of a deal that is, but we'll see. So far, it works well. The way I have it set up, I feel it's working better, so I'm happy with that. Okay, and once you watch the gameplay video, you'll see that it's working very well. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you when I update my build again. All right, thanks.